Okay, good morning, folks. This is Real with Robo, and I got a couple topics to talk on, but I'm gonna take on this topic about bullies. And yes, I'm fully aware that I promised to keep it clean because kids might be listening to this. So first, to the kids, all right. If you are bullied, you need to talk to your parents about it. All right, you ain't gonna get nowhere talking to the teachers about it or the staff about it or anything like that. I mean, granted, do tell them. Right when it happens, go and tell the teacher, go and tell the principal, go and tell the vice principal, go and tell the school nurse, go and tell the counselor, go and tell everybody. But definitely tell your parents. No matter how scary it is. Because nobody could help you like your parents can. All right? And all your parents gonna go to bat for you. Number two, parents, bullies start at home. That's where bullies come from. They begin in the home. Most bullies have parents that bully them, that put them down to make them feel like clowns. So you need to be aware of how you treat your child. You need to be aware of that. And no, I ain't the perfect parent. I pick on my kids a lot. But I pick on them in a ha-ha, funny way. So that the bullies out there ain't gonna intimidate them. They ain't gonna put them down. My kids are gonna be like, really? That's what you got? You got calling me chubby? Really? That's all you got for me? Man, my mom do worse of a job on me. You a rookie compared to her, bruh. You know, so y'all need to be aware. Kids, don't put up with bullying. Don't take it upon yourself to put up with it. Don't put what they say and what they do in your hearts. Don't do that. Because the simple fact of the matter is, and this is real, and I'm going to get real with you kids. Bullies say that crap to make them feel better about themselves. They look in the mirror saying, oh, my nose is so big, so I'm going to go find somebody with a big nose and I'm going to make fun of it. You got a big nose. It doesn't fit your face. You got a nose like Gonzo. You know, don't put up with that. They just trying to make themselves feel better. Just look at them and go, really? Your nose ain't that small neither. Real talk. What happened to your forehead? You got a 5 head. Don't play. Don't play. And that's real. Don't put up with them bullying you. They trying to make themselves feel better about themselves. And like this, if you have great parents, which I'm sure all y'all do, think about this. If bullying starts at home, what you think their parents like? They're probably a bunch of jerks. And they raising a jerk. Like real talk. And yes, kids emulate their parents. It's true. They do. My kids are strange, weird, go with the flow type of fun type of children. They emulate me. And that's cool. But they also emulate the part of me that's strong and brave and won't back down. And don't let other people bully other people either. If you see a bully picking on a kid, stand up for that kid. Say, no, that ain't right. And have your friends stand up for that kid too. Because the fact of the matter is, when bullies are faced with more than one person, they tend to be cowards. And they'll run from it. Or they'll do that whole, whatever, man, you tripping, and walk away. And it's okay. It's okay to stick up for each other. And heck, you might make a new friend. You also might save somebody from themselves. I have seen way too many of you kids that have been being bullied commit suicide. That shouldn't even be on your tiny little minds. You haven't even experienced life enough to feel that way. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, Robo, that's crazy. You know, you can't tell people. No. No. Suicide is a permanent solution for a temporary problem. And if you look at you being bullied, you gonna walk out of high school in how many ever years and you'll never have to deal with your bully again. It's a permanent solution for a temporary problem. Now, how can we get this problem stopped immediately? There's two options, kids. You could tell the teachers, you could tell the principal, you could tell the police, you could tell your parents and hope they do something about it, or you could defend yourself. And you could defend others against bullies. Now see, that's why parents don't like me. And I know your parents, your grandparents, whoever's making you watch this is cringing right now. And they're like, Robo, don't tell them to do that. Really? No, really. They put their hands on you. Put your hands right back on them. But they say we can't fight in school, Robo. Yeah, they say that, but apparently they let the bully do it. I grew up like this. If a bully put their hands on you, you putting your hands back on them, they gonna learn. They gonna learn to mind somebody. And that's real. And that's the way 99 out of 100 times, that was my coffee pot, by the way. 99 out of 100 times, you take care of bullies. You handle bullies. It's by taking the gloves off, stop talking, start walking. And parents and grandparents, don't be mad if they do that. Don't be mad if they do that. Don't be like, you should have kept your hands to yourself. You should have told somebody. Because 9 times out of 10, they already done told somebody. My kids get 100% pass. My son, at their school, they like to play waiter and butler. That's what they call it. Bullies make them their butlers. Carry their things, carry their trays, because they're just so far beneath them. And when a kid tried to do that to my son, an older kid, he said, carry my tray to my table. You my butler. My son looked at him and said, you off your rocker. I ain't carrying your tray. And the kid handed the tray to my son. He said, you gon' carry my tray. And my son upended it in the floor. And he looked at him and he said, I'm not carrying your tray. And my son put his tray down and he was like, I'm not your butler. I'm not your mama. I ain't your maid. Carry your own things. And then the little boy, he tried to put hands on my son, and my son went to town on him. Walked the dog all over him. And that was the last time my son got bullied. My daughter stood up for a disabled child against a kid bigger than her. And I mean, this boy was bigger than her in every single way. I'm talking about big, huge, fat, roly-poly type of giant. And he came over there and started picking on her little disabled friend. And my daughter said, no, you ain't gonna pick on him. And my daughter at the time was teensy tiny. She said, you ain't gonna pick on him. He can't defend himself. That's kind of cowardly. And bullies hate it when you call him out. And he was like, a coward? You think I'm a coward? And she was like, no, I know you're a coward. You're picking on, one, somebody that can't defend themselves. Two, somebody that's smaller than you and lesser in grade. And three, someone that is disabled in a wheelchair. That's being a coward. You're a coward. And he went to lay hands on my daughter, and my daughter beat him with everything in that classroom. And sure enough, when I was called down to the school, I looked at him, I looked at her, and I said, I bet you learned your lesson, huh, coward? And his mama lost her mind on me. How you gonna call my son a coward? How you gonna do this? How you gonna... He's picking on a disabled child in a wheelchair. That the way you raised him? No. Well, then maybe you ought to have a talk with your son about being a real man. That's real. These bullies ain't nothing but cowards. They pick on you because they feel something's wrong with them. They pick on you because their parents pick on them. They pick on you because they're cowards. Now, what it look like you taking your life and stopping the furtherment of your bright future for some punk coward? Brush it off. Like I tell a lot of my adult friends, consider the source. They punk cowards. You gonna hurt yourself over a punk coward? Really? That's not logical, and you kids ain't stupid, so don't even try and pull that one over on Auntie Robo. Don't do it. Don't do that to Auntie Robo. Y'all ain't stupid. If the bully ain't got no friends, granted, try and be their friend. Be like, look, I don't want to fight you, but there's no reason for you to act like this. If you want a friend, just has to be a friend. I'll be your friend. I need some friends myself. But you got 100 friends. I need 101. I like a lot of friends. I like a flavor of friends, you know, a variety of friends. Some days I don't feel like hanging out with these friends. I want to hang out with someone else as a dear friend. You want to hang out with us? It's okay to do that. But it's not okay to sit there and let somebody hurt you. It's not all right. Teachers, parents, this section's for you so the kids can go and sit down somewhere and behave themselves. And kids, I'm serious. If you getting bullied, go to an adult. I don't care if it's your auntie, your grandma, your uncle, your granddad, your big sister, your big brother. I don't care who it is. Go to an adult and let them know. Have your team come around you. Your family is your team. I'm your team. If any of you hear this, I'm your team. And Robo get real. Auntie Robo go to town on folk. For her team. So I want you to tell an adult that isn't part of the school. Tell the school, but also tell an adult and have them help you. Because suicide ain't the answer. Hurting yourself ain't the answer. Going all deep into your own emotions and closing down on the world ain't the answer. You have a right to flourish. You have a right to be who you want to be. And can't no bully take that from you. I mean, people go to war every day to preserve your rights to be who you want to be. Don't let nobody take that from you. Tell your teachers, tell your principal, tell your vice principal, tell the counselor. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your aunties, tell your uncles, tell your grandparents, tell everybody. Everybody that'll listen, tell them. And if somebody don't want to listen, tell somebody else. But if it come down to it where they put hands on you, don't take that mess. Don't take that mess. Because then that's just encouraging the bully that next time they could put hands on anybody else. Now parents, everybody else, pay attention. A lot of kids will say they bullied, and they not bullied. They just don't like something, or whatever. But take every accusation seriously. There has been too many people out there that are children that committed suicide. And you need to quit that. You need to quit thinking that it ain't gonna happen to your child. Because bullying is real. It happened since our days. It happened before our days. The last time I got bullied, a chick found her head in a tree. And not in a tree as in decapitated in a tree, but in a tree as in I smacked her head so hard into a tree that it stuck in a knot, where the fire department had to come out and get it out. And sure enough, I sat in front of the whole faculty, and my daddy and my mama and her daddy and her mama, and I looked at them proud as peaches with my black eye, and I said, well, maybe your daughter should have kept her hands to herself. And I told everybody in the school, and I told my parents, and I told everybody else that wanted to listen, and they didn't want to listen. And so I took it upon myself. And I teach my children these days that if a bully bullies them, and they put hands on them, put hands right back on them. And if a bully bullies a child that can't defend themselves, they are more than welcome to defend them. And school teachers, I know that'll drive you crazy, but guess what? No one cares. Because if you're not going to do your job and do it right and stop this bullying in school where our children are dying, then I'm going to have to give our children a lesson in how to handle bullies. And I don't handle bullies. I don't handle them with care. Not like you do. I don't try to understand their psychology. I teach my children to break them of their habit real quick and fast and in a hurry. Because it's people like you that allowed my bully to go from school to school to school to school until she came to my school, where then she learned that her attitude needed adjusting, and I helped her adjust it. And I told my teachers, her parents, everybody that was in that room, I done told y'all that she was bullying me. I tried to walk it out, talk it out, work it out, pray it out, shout it out, run it out, bike it out, do it all. And y'all did not do anything. And so now I have a black eye and she's got a toe-up face from that tree. But I bet you she got a new understanding on life today. Bet. And sure enough, I was never bullied by that child again. That chick didn't come within 10 feet of me. She did not want to disrupt my aura. That's how bad I whooped up on her, because I had taken 4 years of being bullied by her. Being poked, prodded, punched, hit, slapped, kicked, pulled my hair, everything. So parents, you're not off the hook. Nah, you and the teachers, you're not off the hook. Kids can only do so much. And if you don't listen to your kid and listen to the whole story and then decide on what's what, when you have all the facts and evidence, then that's on you. You the one not doing nothing. You the one not hearing they cry. Me, I listen to my children, and the first couple of times my kid wasn't getting bullied. She just didn't like that the people didn't do what she told them. Because she got an attitude. I tell you to do something, you do it, or I'm going to tell people that you bullying me. And I broke her of that habit real quick. Because she was turning into a bully. And I didn't like that. But then when she saw that dude picking on that handicapped kid, she realized where she was going. And that came to mind what I told her. And she saw real bullying up close and personal. And she fought him. And she won. And afterwards, she got herself some Starbucks and a muffin. Sure enough, she got rewarded for sticking up for that little disabled kid. And she learned then that bullies aren't cool. My son, he a big boy now. I'm talking big, he chunky wonky. All right? But it all melt off eventually. He ain't gonna stay chubby. But that's the thing. When he got into a fight with that guy, he realized inside himself, defending himself, that he has a right to be who he is. He has a right to love himself. And that's what bullies take from us. And that's why so many kids go into themselves so much and go into that dark place. It's because we don't listen to them. Parents, teachers, you need to listen to them and act. If it is a clear-cut case of bullying, you must act. Your child's life hangs in the balance. I've seen too many articles on these kids committing suicide because of bullying. We all as parents, as teachers, counselors, principals, vice principals, need to stand up like we did back in the day to these bullies. We need to tell them, no more. We're not going to tolerate you. And guess what? We are the boss of you. Else you're going to fail that child. But Robo, that's not a fair weight to put on my shoulders. Yes, it is. Teach your children to stand up to bullies. Else when they grow up and get out into the world, they're going to bow down before bullies. And there's bullies in the adult world too. I know, because people try to bully me. I'm a bully's worst nightmare. Get some. You ain't gonna bully no one. Not around me. Defend these kids. Stop saying, oh, well, you know, they're just saying this because they feel bad about it and they're just doing this, and stop making excuses. When you see a clear-cut case of bullying, punish them. That kid that's being bullied, their life hangs in the balance. How dare you complain of being bullied and then allow a bully to bully other people? Oh, because your mental, because you're an adult, your mental could handle it? Well, just think, those are kids. They mental can't handle it. They see a solution, they take it. And that solution is not the proper solution. They should be able to trust that adults will be on their team, to be on their side. You're the one failing that trust, not me. Because I let my kids know every day, you see someone getting bullied, you stand by them. You stand up to that bully with them. You say, no, if you gonna hit her, you gonna have to hit me too. And guess what? My mama said, if I hit you back, I'm going to McDonald's. So hit me. Y'all need to get real with these bullies out there. They taking our kids' lives. And they gonna grow up to be bad people. And the parents of the bullies, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Someone come to you and tell you your child is bullying somebody, you need to let them know that that is out of line, out of pocket, and not acceptable. I've called my children a coward before for bullying other people. My daughter was going in that direction. I looked at her and I said, you're a coward. And she was like, but Mom, I don't understand why. Because she didn't want to do what you told her to do? You gonna say that she bullying you and try and get her in trouble? That's cowardly. That's BS. I'm sorry, Mom. Go to your room. We'll have a talk later. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear it. Go to your room. I'm sorry. Go to your room before I put my hands on you, girl. And she went to her room and she sat in there for 2 hours thinking about it. And when she came down to have a talk with me, I explained to her exactly what she was doing, and it was bullying. And then she saw that firsthand in that boy who tried to bully that disabled child. And it all clicked and made sense at that moment in time. And she came home and she cried. She cried her eyes out on me and said, Mom, thank you. I almost became like him. Thank you. Parents of bullies, you need to stop them. And if you're the one that's teaching them how to be a bully, you need to stop yourself before you get your child's butt kicked. Because that kind of behavior is not cool. And if your child is around my children and he or she try to put hands on my children, you about to have your child get their butt kicked. Real talk. I don't like bullies. I don't care if they're grown. I don't care if they're young. I don't care who they are. Stop it before we lose more lives. And this is going to have to be a group effort. All of us working together. And I know that's hard these days, but we got to come together like butt cheeks about this. We are losing our children. And if we lose another one, then that's on us. For not hearing them, not looking at them, not seeing them, not watching them, whatever we're not doing. That's on us. We need to get it together and stop bullying. And that's Real with Robo. Thank you for your time. I know it's been a long video. God bless. Please hit the like and the subscribe if you want to. Leave a comment if you want to. And take care of our children. Love them. And show them they have a right to be who they are. And be proud of who they are. Unless they're bullies. Then we need to teach them it's not okay. And that's Real with Auntie Robo. Take care. Bye.